This is Marloomz Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make the baby bee on your Rainbow Loom. For today, you're going to need yellow, black, teal from Rainbow Loom, and you can do white if you want for the hands and the feet. You can leave that all black if you want. That's optional, or you can even make it yellow at the tips. I chose white. And also, I'm using 3 pony beads for the eyes and the nose, and if you don't have beads, that's okay. We can use bands, and I will show you what to do when we get to that step. And for his antenna, I'm also using a little bead at the tip, and again, if you don't have, it doesn't matter. We can show you what to do when we get to that part. For the antenna, I used white. If you do have small beads, you can use yellow and make it yellow antenna instead of white. And again, it's all optional what color you want to choose. But basically this is exactly what I'm going to do for today, this same bee. And so you're going to need your jelly from Rainbow Loom, yellow, black, and white. And if you do have beads, 3 beads and 2 white or 2 yellow beads. So let's get started. Thing is, make sure that your loom is set up where the middle row is above the other 2. And you also maybe want to grab a spare hook so that you can place the little pieces, or if you have a toothpick, or you can possibly use the bottom of your loom also as a spare. And today I'm going to show you how to make 1 wing, 1 arm, and 1 leg and 1 tentacle. I'm not going to do all the pieces with you together because that takes a long time. And so let's get started by making the wing first. So you're going to grab your jelly bands, and if you don't want him to have blue wings, you can do clear. So you can grab your clear bands if you have, and you're going to grab your band and single one and just put it on these 3 pegs like that. And that's just a single. And then you're going to grab 2 and 2 more and place them here. Another set on either side, and then you're going to grab 2 more and place it on these 3. So that's what yours should look like so far. And then you're going to grab a single band and wrap it around this peg only 4 times. Wrap it around 4 times. And then grab another single, wrap it around itself, and place it on these 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a doubled over band, and place on those 3. And that's 1 wing, and then we can loop. So you take your hook and you push back the capping band, and you grab one of the bands, just one, and you can place it to either the left or the right, and then grab the other, place it on the other side, reach in here, grab the bottom 2, and push these down, and then put these on that peg, reach in here, grab these, and place it to the peg above. Here's the triangle band. You're going to push that back, grab the bottom 2, bring it to the peg above. Same thing here. Make sure you're pushing the triangle band back, grabbing the bottom 2. Then this is just the single, and bring it to the middle, and a single and bring that to the middle. And then going to take my hook and remove it, and that's 1 wing. You want to rewind the video and make the other wing, you can do that. And now I'm going to show you how to make the tentacles, the arms, and the arms and the leg are identical. So if you make 1 arm, you can just make 3 more. They're absolutely identical. The only thing that's a little different is the tentacle, because I have a bead, and the arm takes 3 black bands where the tentacle takes 4. So let me show you the tentacle using a bead in case you do want to use a bead. You would grab your rubber band and you would place it, hold on. I'm going to use the yellow instead of the white today just to see how the yellow looks. Now I'm going to use a piece of dental floss to help me with this step, only because the bead is so tiny. And if you don't have dental floss, I came up with a little trick. You can take a single band and snap it You can use your teeth and snap it, and then you have like an instant piece of string that help you out. And what you do is you're going to grab a single black band and you're going to twist it over itself, and then you're going to take that band that you just broke and you're going to put the bead onto that band, and then take the tip of that band, make sure you have the end pinched, take the tip of that band, put it through the doubled black bands, and then take the other tip to the yellow band and place it through both of them go through the bead. And so now I have the bead is onto the yellow band, and I'm going to pull it, and now it's onto my black band. I'm not going to let go of that. I'm going to grab my hook, and I'm going to keep pulling on the yellow, and until I can see, pull the bead down and then open the black band. This is okay. So now my fingers through these double black bands. Take your hook and grab the double black bands. Then it's okay to remove the yellow piece of string, the band, and then take your hook and go through the other black loop, and that's how you're able to get a doubled over black band through this little bead. Otherwise it's a little difficult. Now you can continue to add 3 more if you want to do it on your hook. You can just take your band, twist it over itself, and loop it through like this. Or you can use your loom and take your doubled over black band, so it's a single band doubled over, place one here, place one here, and now I added 2, so I'm going to just I would put this on here and then loop it because you need 4. If you didn't add another and you only have the bands with the bead, then you're going to add 3 here. So since I already added the extra bands, I'm only going to need to add 2 here. Again, if you didn't add the extra, then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then on the 3rd peg you would open this loop up and place it like this. So this is the example, and you take your hook and you're going to loop that forward, and that is one of your little baby bees antennas, and that's what it should look like. And we can do that again together. So I'm going to take my single black band, wrap it around itself, and in case you don't have a piece of floss, you take your you take your band that you broke and put your bead on there, and then take your yellow band and put it through the black band, and then take the tip and go back through this bead. If you don't have a bead, I'm going to show you what to do, so don't get worried. And then you are just going to pull and find the opening, and make sure it's the right opening, that it's separating like that, so it should look like a little bow. Then take your hook, grab one loop, grab the other loop, and then you can take a doubled over black band, place one here, another doubled over, place one here, and then a 3rd, and place one there. And then you open these loops, make sure you have all of them, place it on this peg, and you loop forward. And this is now my bee's tentacles. Tentacles. This is not a tentacle. This is an antenna. Okay, so this is my bee's antenna, and this is how you do it using a little baby bead. If you don't have a bead, this is what you're going to do. You're going to grab your single yellow band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. Then you're going to grab another band, a black, wrap it around itself, and you're going to transfer these yellow bands onto that doubled over black band. And this looks now identical to how we did it to this one. Take that loop, put it on your hook, and again, just keep adding 3 more sets. It should have 4, or you can use your loom. So you would go down 1, 2, 3, and then take this once you have gone down 3 times, and then you would do the same like we did with the beads, and then loop it, and that would be your bee's little antennas. But for today I'm going to be using the beads. So now the next step to your bee is his arms, and I'm just going to show you how to do one arm, because if you can do one arm, you can do the other arm and the other legs. They're identical. So you take a single black band and you place it here, another single, doubled it over, another single, doubled over, and that's only 3. And then you're going to grab your, you can do white bands, or you can leave it all black, or you can do yellow tips. So again, it's your choice. A single band, wrap it around itself, and then grab another single band and wrap it around this peg 4 times. And when you loop that, you push back the capping and bring these forward. Then this is just one arm, and the other arm and the legs are identical. So you're just going to make 3 more sets of these. And this is the part that you can change. You can just make it all black if you want, or you can do yellow. So that's one of his arms, and just make 3 more. So we did a wing together. You have to make another wing, and we did his little antennas, and we did his arms. So now we can actually get started with his body. In making the bee's body, you're going to grab your yellow bands, and you're going to be grabbing 2 at a time, and start from the middle peg and place 2 on those, 2 here, 2 there, and here. This is what we have so far. And then I'm turning in on both sides. Then go down the middle and just fill in the middle of the face with the yellow bands. Now we're going to make the neck. So that's double. That's the neck. So this is what yours should look like so far. Take double bands, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. And now you're going to switch to your black bands. And you're going to go down 2 times, 1 set on each row. So 1 here, 1 set here, and it's 2 black bands, and you went down 1 time on each row. Switch back to your yellow using 2 bands at a time. 1 set there, 1 set here, and a set here. And then switch back to your black and a set here, and here, and here. And then take 2 black bands, and from this middle peg, place it on this outer peg. And the same again, from the middle, take 2 black bands, place it on this peg right here. And now this is where you can place your bee's feet. So I am going to, well, the first thing on my hook is the wings. So I'm going to place one of the wings first. The wings go first before the arms. And make sure when you remove the wings that you have all the 3 bands. You don't want them to fall apart. So there's 1 wing. And now here's a leg or a foot. It doesn't mean a hand. It doesn't matter. Here's all the bands. Make sure you have them all. That goes on that peg. And then the other goes on the other peg. And then his other wing. And see how it looks like all these little mesh of bands? Open it up and make sure you have them all together like that. And place them here. and then you can place his arms over the wings. So these are his arms. All the ones with the white on it are his arms, and make sure they have 3 sets of black. That's how you know it's the arms and not the antenna. And then here's the other set. And then here, his antenna goes, open the bands up, and that goes on that peg and on this peg. So this is what yours should look like so far. We place the leg on these 2 pegs. The arm, we place the wings first, and then the arms over them. And that's the bands that are after the neck. And then on top, the top 2 on the left and right are his antenna. So now we're going to add the eyes. So you're going to take, I'm going to be using beads. If you don't have beads, you're going to grab 2 black bands, and you're going to wrap it around your hook 4 times, a single band first, and then another single wrapped around 4 times, and you're just going to grab a single yellow band because it matches your bee, and you're going to transfer that onto that band, and the same for this one. You transfer these, and then these go right here, and that's on the second peg. And then you would separate the eye, one to the left, one to the right, grab that middle band and place it on the peg above. So one of the bands belong on this middle peg above, and the other one can rest underneath it. And that's your bee's eyes. And if you're using beads, it's very simple. You're just going to take your 2 beads and just slide them on to a single yellow band, and there it is. And I'm going to remove these because I like to use beads. One here, and again, it's still separating the eyes. And place this band above. Now we're going to add the triangle bands, and you're going to need one on the face. For my original bumblebee, I added a nose, but I added it afterwards because I'm not quite sure if we add him the nose over here. I'm not sure if we loop it how that would look. I'm assuming it should be okay, but just because I'm a little nervous, I don't want it to come out funny, I'm going to just place a triangle band like I did with the original, and then I just added the nose separately at the end and S-clipped it. So you can leave the nose out, or if you want to try to see how it comes out, the single black band would be on the single bead would be on a single band. And if you don't have that, then you would just wrap a single black band around your hook 4 times, and then you would use a single yellow band and transfer that. And then that would go like that on the same spot that the bead went. And then when you looped it, you can pop the nose through and it would look like that. So I'm going to try 4 today and see how it comes out with the bead already added to the face before we looped. But for this one, I did not do that. I added, if you want yours to look like this one and then just add the nose after, then this is what I did. I just take the yellow band and make it a triangle band like that, and then I just looped it, and that's what you can do. But I'm going to try and see what happens if I add the bead here, if it comes out good. And then that's it. It's time to loop before we add the triangle bands on his belly. So you're going to grab a black band, a single, and add a triangle band right here from these 3, and then a yellow on these 3. That's it. Just 2 on his belly, and his face and his body's complete. Again, this part is optional. If you're not sure, I'm not sure either, so don't follow that part. If you want it to look like this, I just simply added the nose afterwards and S-clipped it. So let's loop, and you're going to take your hook and you're going to pull the leg out, and you're grabbing the middle bands right here. So it's the second set. This is the bottom, we're not grabbing those, and this is the feet right here, and we're grabbing this second set of bands right here, and you're bringing that to the middle peg. And you're going to do the same on this one. So pull out the legs a little so you can see what you're doing, and you're grabbing, separate them. This is the bottom set, ignore those, and you're grabbing the middle right here. So you can probably, when you're looping it, look on the side so you know you're grabbing this the right one. Here's my middle set, and I place it to the middle peg right here. And then you re-enter these pegs and you grab the bottom two bands, bring them up to the peg above. The same here, bring those two bands up to the peg above. And then reach in here and push back every band except for the bottom two, and then bring that to the peg above. And then this is the triangle band, push that back, grab the two yellow, loop forward. Grab these two yellow, loop forward, and again, here's that triangle band, push that back, grab the two yellow, loop forward. Always remember when you enter a peg, if there's a triangle band, you push it back. Loop forward, those are the two black bands, loop this one forward, and loop this set forward. So now we're reaching in where the arm and the wing is. It might be a tight squeeze, it may not. You're going to push back every band and grab the two yellow bands and bring it to the peg above. This one went easy for me. If yours feels tight, you can take your hook, place it inside the peg, and make a circular motion, and it will release some of that tension. The same here, you're pushing back the extension and the wing and grabbing just the bottom two yellow bands, bring it to this middle peg, make a circular motion, and that releases some of the tension, if there is any. Reach in here, push back this yellow band, push back all these neck bands, the shoulder, and grab the bottom two yellow and loop it to the top. And see how it looks tight? I take my hook and I go in a circular motion, and now it looks nice. You reach here, grab the top two, and mine are going forward. Reach in for the next two, and mine go to the left, and reach into the next, and they go to the right. And then grab this single band, loop that forward, and this one as well, and loop that forward. If you had a triangle band over here, I don't because I have the bead, you want to make sure that when you looped, you push the triangle band back and grab the bottom band. Otherwise, your face could come apart. So I'm going to now reach in here and loop this forward. And the same here, just grabbing the bottom two and looping that forward. And now there's this little eye band over here that belongs to this part. You want to make sure you do push that back and grab the yellow, the bottom two yellow, and bring that forward. And the same here, the little eye band, you're pushing that back, grab the two yellow, loop it forward, and reach in here. It's just the bottom two yellow, middle peg, to this peg right here, and same here, pushing back the, grabbing these. And now reach in here, and you're going to grab two yellow bands, and you're going to bring them all the way through. Place both loops on your hook, place the first set of loops over the other, and then you pull, and that's your little slip knot. And now you can remove him, and this is the moment of truth to see if we added the nose, if it looks good. What I did with the other one, I just added him with my hand, and I S-clipped it in the back. So here's our little bumblebee. And I'm just pop the nose through, and yep, it looks good. So now we know adding the nose works. And these loops can be used as a charm, or you can hide them if you don't like them. You just take your hook, go through some bands in the back, and sometimes I grab just one on this side, and then I grab one on this side, and then you can S-clip those or tie them in the back somewhere. And that is how you make your little bee. And just pull on his legs and arms to adjust. And the wings, if they don't have a pointy look to them, you can take the tip of your hook and go through the cap bands and pull. Don't pull too tight, you don't want to break it. And then once you've done that, they take a triangle shape, and then you can pinch it. And the same on this one. See how it looks a little weird? Take your hook, pull, and then pinch it. And there's your baby bee, just in time for summer. And I don't like how his neckband is looking right now, so I'm going to take my hook, pull a little bit on that one, pull a little on this one, and again, it's just adjusting. And that's it. And that's how you make your baby bee on your Rainbow Loom. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. I forgot to show you that if you didn't add the nose in with the looping, you can just take a black band and place it through the single band, or you can take your hook and wrap a single black band around your hook 4 times, and that would be his nose, and then grab another single black band and bring that onto that band, and then you're just going to grab your hook, and where his nose is, you would go through the side and go through that middle band right here. You would go through the middle, so this is where his nose would be, inside the middle, and you would grab one of the loops and pull it through, and then go out what I did is I then put the little black bands underneath the yellow loop so it doesn't come apart. And then I go back through the center and I grab the other black band and I pull it through. And you just adjust the bands until they look like a nose. And then you can either S-clip that, or you can take a yellow band and pull it through here and make a slip knot, and then just hide this yellow band in his face. That way you don't feel like there's a little S-clip in the back, and just keep hiding that band and threading it through his face, the back of his face, so nobody would even see it. And then there's your bee with the nose you would add. And it's the same way with the bead, if you use the bead the same way we did with the band. And that's what I just wanted to show you guys, that you can do it, add it after, or you can choose to add it during the looping process. So thank you so much for watching.